Hi, so for my process that I decided to do and explain to the class was lipogenesis. I really found a great article that kind of taught me how to understand it, because I had a hard time kind of understanding what was going on in the body and how it affected, or like what actually lipogenesis was. So, basically inside your body, fatty acids are the building blocks of fat, and I really like that term because it's easy to understand. When I think of building blocks, I think of Legos. So these blocks of fat pretty much join together and form a type of fat known as triglycerides. So most of the fat on your body that you can touch, like your midsection, your arm, any fat on your legs, all of that is triglycerides. The fatty acids needed to make triglycerides come from digesting fatty foods you eat, French fries, oils, things like that, but they can also be made into your body by carbohydrates. The conversion, so the change of fatty acid or carbohydrates to fatty acids, is lipogenesis. It's basically, lipogenesis is referring to lipid, and then genesis is referred to creation. So it's literally the process of lipid creation from carbohydrates. I also found it's a very known thing that unless you're following a low-carb diet, the bulk of your daily diet comes from carbohydrates. So that's where we get our energy. That's where we get most of our caloric intake, and it comes carbs are in everything pretty much except for vegetables, fruits, pasta, bread, all of that, rice, all of those things. When you eat carbs, your body gets to work breaking them down into simple sugars such as glucose. This easily passes through the bloodstream, and the first thing your body will do with blood glucose is burn it up for energy. So you literally get your energy from your carbohydrates. I think that's why a lot of the time, I can't remember what it was, but you're supposed to eat carbs right before you work out, like good carbs, not French fries, pizza, all of that. You're supposed to eat good carbs that your body will then convert into energy for you, so you don't get tired halfway through your workout. I also found a really good explanation for this. I'm going to read it. It says, it's kind of like glucose is looking for a parking place. The first glucose cars that arrive get the best spots right next to the action. The next group of cars has to park a bit further away in the liver and the muscles, the glycogen parking lot. Whereas the last glucose cars arrive need to travel the long-term energy storage lot known as body fat. And then they have to travel this long-term parking area via the lipogenesis access road. While it doesn't seem convenient to make carbs go through this conversion so they can be stored as fat, your body doesn't mind. In fact, it likes to store energy as fat because lipids can store more energy or calories per gram than carbohydrates. We will see that every gram of fat contains 9 calories per gram, whereas carbohydrates only hold 4 calories per gram. So believe it or not, fat is the most compact and efficient storage when it comes to the body. I kind of like that because it explains the carbohydrates' role in lipogenesis and how your body kind of stores those things and what order it goes into, so it made it really easy for me to understand. And then I always remember lipogenesis takes place in your fat cells and your liver cells. So the process is in your liver. It's creating pretty much fats for your body, and I also read that the process begins with acetyl coenzyme A, which is a molecule that's formed from the metabolism of glucose. The process proceeds with the help of a fatty acid synthase, which is a complex of enzymes that catalyze the conversion of acetyl coenzyme A to fatty acid. So that's pretty much how I remember it. The fatty acids are building blocks of fat. They join together. So I always think of stacking Legos on top of one another to form triglycerides, which is then stored as body fat. Fatty acids can be made in your body through the process of lipogenesis, which is the conversion of carbohydrates to fatty acids. Carbohydrates that you eat get broken down into glucose. That's either burned or it's stored. some is stored in your liver as glycogen, and the rest is converted via lipogenesis and stored fat. So I always remember too that lipogenesis begins with acetyl coenzyme A, so I think of A as in the alphabet, and then it's formed from the metabolism of glucose. And lipogenesis is also directed and regulated by insulin, which is a hormone produced in the pancreas